When you look at the numbers, it's clear families were more than willing to head to the theaters for the Minecraft movie. While Snow White is barely drawing a crowd, Rachel Zegler's version is practically playing to an empty house. In the United States, Minecraft made more in one weekend than Snow White did globally after 3 weekends. Critics and audiences alike have noted that it's as if the entire Disney machine has lost its touch. While the Minecraft movie's playful, unapologetically fun tone drives ticket sales, Snow White's troubled remake is floundering on all fronts, leaving us to wonder how a project with such a storied source material could fail so spectacularly.
But it's hard. And it's lonely. It's very lonely. I just know that if that loneliness can exist, so can other things, and I will be okay.
Snow White's adaptation is suffering from a major identity crisis. What should be a faithful retelling of a beloved classic has morphed into a jumble of contradictory messages. The film struggles to decide who its titular character is, sometimes presented as the kind, innocent girl, and other times as a self-important, overbearing figure, depending on who she's interacting with. Instead of a character who wins hearts with genuine charm, we see a performance from Rachel Zegler that comes off as overly modern, excessively outspoken, and woefully disconnected from the original tale's warmth. This confusing portrayal has left many fans feeling not only disappointed, but also humiliated after all. When a film reimagines a classic, it risks alienating the very audiences that grew up loving it.
Disney's live-action Snow White has been getting absolutely destroyed, and this is what Rachel Zegler had to say about it.
And to everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Is it just me, or did this feel like a monologue sequence at the end of a movie? And not a good one, mind you.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
The public's response has been as brutal as the reviews. Critics aren't just calling the film bad, they're condemning it for its incoherent narrative and forced political messaging. Even audiences who should be Disney fans have expressed disbelief that a project based on a timeless fairy tale could be turned into a political lecture. The meltdown is evident, while nostalgic fans flock to see simple, entertaining escapism as evidenced by the success of Minecraft. Snow White's adaptation appears to burden viewers with contradictions and heavy-handed ideas. Social media is filled with frustrated comments and memes that hammer the point home, respect your source material, or don't expect people to come to theaters.
Universe. They couldn't save it. It flopped so hard that even Disney's own execs are pretending like it never happened. And the sad part? Disney honestly thought slapping nostalgia on top of a disrespectful reboot would be enough. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Fans weren't fooled. Instead, they're furious, and we're just getting started because the real drama behind the scenes is even juicier. Buckle up. There's boardroom chaos, nasty finger pointing, and oh yeah, Rachel Zegler basically nuking her own movie.
Turned over 157 million while earning another 144 million internationally. The Minecraft video game was introduced in 2011 and sold more than 300 million copies. So it actually has a fan base, user base, people that care about it. In theory, Snow White should as well. Snow White's the movie that made Disney, the studio. They should have been more cautious and careful with their own IP. It's $1 billion IP. The Disney Snow White, faithfully adapted, would have made $1 billion.
Now about Rachel Zegler, the main character of this tragedy.
Behind the box office numbers lies a labyrinth of boardroom chaos and internal strife. Insiders reveal that Disney executives, long confident in their ability to modernize classics, are now scrambling as early test screenings and pre-release interviews go horribly off script. Rachel Zegler has become, for many, the easy target, a loudmouth who has thrown away any possibility of salvaging the story with a well-considered reinterpretation. Rumors swirl about heated discussions in Disney's marketing departments and even disagreements among cast members about the direction the film should take. What was once meant to be a respectful update of a cherished narrative instead turned into a public relations nightmare that underscores how far modern corporate ambitions have drifted from the heart of the original fairy tale.
No wonder Rachel Zegler completely cracked. You won't believe how Minecraft caused Snow White to lose $200 million. Reportedly, the Minecraft movie made $150 million in its opening weekend, breaking records for video game adaptations. In contrast, Snow White, starring Rachel Zegler, suffered a massive box office flop. Despite Snow White's production budget exceeding $270 million. The film only earned $32 million on its opening weekend and saw a 60% drop in ticket sales in its second week. These two films have been in stark contrast in both box office performance and reception, with Minecraft completely taking over the audience's attention. Many believe Rachel Zegler should take responsibility for Snow White's box office failure, especially considering some of her controversial comments about the original Snow White, where she referred to the prince as a stalker and stated that the movie didn't need saving, which turned audiences off. Some even jokingly suggested that Jason Momoa could be the next Snow White. The success of Minecraft lies in its simple entertainment.
At its core, the controversy reveals a deep cultural rift between the values of nostalgia and the demands for modern, progressive messaging. The original Snow White story struck a balance between hardship and hope, a narrative about survival, sacrifice, and eventually the triumph of love and courage. In this retelling, however, that balance is skewed. The film overcomplicates what should have been a simple, powerful message by infusing it with political overtones and convoluted gender politics. Critics argue that by replacing timeless lessons with modern slogans, the adaptation not only loses its soul, but also alienates its audience. In contrast, the Minecraft movie's success is built on straightforward, joyful escapism proof that when studios stick to the basics, audiences respond.
Disney got sued on the line of Minecraft movie, which means video game movies are killing Disney movies. Because if you remember, Sonic 3 knocked the rings out of Mufasa, just like Minecraft did Snow White swimming lava. Minecraft is at the top of the 2025 box office, all because Jack Black said shake and Jackie. And yeah, Mufasa may be about Sonic 3, but that doesn't make it better. 56% from critics. Yikes! How about 85% from critics? The ultimate right for critics. But now look at Minecraft. It was intended to be a dumb movie, and yet it still outperformed Snow White, both critically and among the audiences. I don't see any theaters reacting in chaos over Snow White. Anyway, Disney, you got destroyed by Steve in Sonic Heroes. Maybe it's time to go back to the drawing board.
Disney's predicament with Snow White is more than a box office flop. It's a case study in how overzealous reimagining of beloved classics can backfire. The backlash is a bitter reminder that there's a fine line between updating a story and erasing what made it timeless. If studios continue to strip away the narrative and emotional core that resonated for decades, they risk alienating both devoted fans and new audiences alike. The lesson here is simple: honor the legacy, respect the source material, and keep the story engaging rather than preachy, instead of replacing rich storytelling with a diluted social agenda. Filmmakers must find a balance that allows the magic of the original to coexist with fresh, innovative ideas. If you agree that this modern take on Snow White has lost its way, or you have your own thoughts on what truly makes a classic succeed at the box office, drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you appreciate content that cuts through the hype to deliver honest critiques, like subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's keep the conversation going about the future of cinema.